What's going on, y'all? What is going on? Today is a beautiful day, and I want to talk to you about a subject. I want you to write this down. What does it mean to be made in God's image? I'm going to say that again. What does it mean to be made in God's image? I want to walk you through what it means to be made in God's image. So what I want to tell you now is, what does it look like not to be made in his image? So when you don't know what God's image looks like, when you don't know what it feels like, you conform into the world. You're in the wrong relationships. You're doing the wrong things. You're around the wrong people. You dress a certain type of way. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're not experiencing peace. You're not loving yourself. You're not experiencing grace. You're beating yourself up. You're beating up the people you are around. You're in the wrong environment. You're around the wrong people. You're in the wrong job, the wrong position, because you are confused about your identity. So you are conforming to the world because you think this is what I'm supposed to look like. This is what I'm supposed to be. But let's look at what God said, what you are supposed to be. Let's go to Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man according to our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion or rulership over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over everything that creeps upon the earth. Let them have dominion. Let them have rulership. God is the king of heaven. God is the ruler of heaven. And he said, you know what? I want to make you just like me. I am a king. I am full of power. I am full of glory. And I want to give you that same power and that same glory that I have. But I want you to be on earth. I don't want you to be in heaven. I want you to be on earth. So he made you a king. He made you a queen, royalty on earth. He made you a ruler, a manager. He made you sovereignty. So that means you're not supposed to be ruled by relationships. You're not supposed to be ruled by people. You're not supposed to be ruled by drugs and alcohol and jobs and bills and finances. Those things are not supposed to be controlling you. You're supposed to have dominion over those things according to the word of God. They are not supposed to have dominion over you. If those things are having dominion over you, if those things are having rulership over your mind, your body, and your heart, you're not walking according to the image and the likeness of God. Because nothing's ruling God in heaven. Nothing is controlling God in heaven. Nothing is not making God upset. He is full of love. He is full of kindness and compassionate. That's what he's full of. So if you're operating in frustration, if you're operating in anger, you're not operating according to the image and the likeness of God. And I can tell you, when I didn't know what God's image was, I was confused. I was walking around doing drugs. I was walking around drinking, getting drunk, sleeping with multiple people. Because I was confused about myself, dressing a certain type of way, getting gold grills and wearing all this jewelry and flashy clothes, because I was confused about my identity. I was trying to dress and look a certain type of way on the outside, but I was full of anger and rage and pride and lust in the inside. I was operating outside of the image of God. The image of God starts on the inside, not the outside. The image of God starts on the inside and not the outside. It's an attitude. It's an attitude. Because once you make up in your mind that you're not going to sleep with people, you're going to stop sleeping. You're going to stop fornicating. Once you make up in your mind that you're not going to lie, cheat, and steal in your mind, you're not going to lie, cheat, and steal on the outside. You're going to be honest. God is full of truth, so you're going to start operating in truth. So it starts in the inside. It starts in the inside. And I was out doing all those things, but I had to make a shift in the inside of my heart, in the inside of my mind. I had to start diving deep into myself so I could start walking according to his image and according to this likeness. So how did I do that? How did I stop sleeping around? How did I stop doing drugs? How did I stop being living a filthy life? How did I stop doing that? I lived that life. I was in the streets. I was doing things I wouldn't. This is not nothing I'm just pulling out of a book. This is a life that I lived a life full of sin. I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what my calling was. I was walking around in confusion, doing the same thing, changing jobs, getting fired, because I didn't know who I was. I was trying to find. Your problem is you don't know who you are, and you're trying to find out why you are here and what you're supposed to be doing. Why you are here and what you are supposed to be doing. So I want to give you 3 steps to help you find who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. So the step number 1 is you got to renew your mind. You got to acknowledge what you are doing ain't working. You got to acknowledge that the life you are living is not working. The life of lying, the life of cheating, the life of manipulation, the life of pride, the life of anger is not working. The life of fornication is not working. It's not working. You have to acknowledge until you acknowledge what you are doing is not working, you're going to continue living the same life. I had to acknowledge that me sleeping around ain't working. I had to acknowledge that me lying is not working, because every time I lie, people ain't gonna believe me. People won't trust me. And I don't want to walk around not having people trusting and believing me. So until you acknowledge what you're doing ain't working, you're gonna continue on that same path. So you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge my life I'm living ain't working. I need to make some changes. Step number 2 is you have to renew your mind on the word of God. You got to start retraining your mind, refocusing your mind on his word. Because now, okay, you acknowledge it. Okay, you acknowledge the problem. You acknowledge that what you're doing ain't right, but you still doing the same things. You still watching the same things. You're not reading the word of God. You're reading worldly things and wondering why it's hard for you to change. But are you reading things that's going to cause change in your life? No. You have to read the word of God. You have to watch sermons. That's why you have YouTube. That's why you have Instagram. You have to retrain your mind and read things and watch things that's going to sow into your life, that's going to sow into your transformation. But you're watching things that's sowing into your bondage. That's why you can never get free. Every time you watch something that's not the word of God, you are making it worse to break free. You're just putting more locks on yourself. You're creating more struggles for yourself. But every time you read the word of God, you get set free just a little bit. Just a little bit. Every time you watch a sermon, you get delivered just a little bit. So you got to keep renewing your mind. You got to keep renewing your mind on his word so you can break free. And step number 3 is you have to change your environment. You have to change the friends that you hang around with. You have to change what you're watching, what you're doing. You have to change your whole 24 hours have to change. What you was doing before you acknowledge what it means to walk in God's image, the life that you live, your whole 24 hours have to look different. Because if you can change your whole 24 hours, you can change your whole life. You can change your whole lifestyle if you can sit down and change your routine, what you do in 24 hours. If you read the word of God, if you change the people you hang around with, I guarantee you things will begin to change in your life. You will look at things differently. Your vision will be much clearer. You have to clean your closet out. You have to throw some stuff away. You have to put some friends away, because if you hang around the same friends and you're trying to change, the change won't come. You're going to become like the people you hang around with. You're going to become like the things that you watch. It's an attitude. It's your mindset. So you have to change the friends. You have to change the environment. You have to change what you watch. That's the lifestyle change. Those little things will help you. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Because if you're not willing to change, I want to live for God, I want to do this way, but you're still hanging around the same people. You still up in the bar. The transformation ain't gonna come. God can't transform you when you're not willing to remove things out of your life. I had to stop sleeping with women so God can change my life. As long as I keep sinning, I can't please God. As long as I keep operating the same lifestyle, I can't please God. So you got to remove the friends. You got to remove the things that's not lining up with His image. And you got to make it today. Don't wait to start applying these steps 2 weeks from now. Don't wait till a month or your next birthday. I want you today. If you got to watch this video 3 times, I want you today to listen to everything I said. Go back, revisit Genesis 1-26. Go back, look at step 1, step 2, step 3, and apply it today. Apply it today. And I guarantee you, after you watch this and you're serious about your walk, God will show you what it means to walk according to His image and according to this license. I hope this message has blessed you. I hope it has empowered you to walk just like Him and to put away all the things you was doing before. I hope it has given you the strength to want to leave that old lifestyle and to walk in the life that God has for you. Y'all have a blessed day.